One of the most important contributions to medicine comes from a doctor during the Islamic Golden Age named Al-Razi. He was a physician and an alchemist. He was born in Iran around 865 AD, and we could certainly spend a lot of time talking about him and all his contributions, but I want to focus on this one thing that he did, which was how to determine where to build a hospital. Al-Razi came up with a very clever method. He set up slabs of meat in various quarters of the city, and the slabs of meat that took the longest to putrefy, to rot and decay, was where he would build the hospital. Because presumably the air in that spot was cleaner, and so if you had sick people, you didn't want them being around all that putrefaction. It's a very intuitive method, and Neolithic and early agricultural civilizations, they did something very similar in determining the location of shrines and temples. What a lot of people don't know is that these sites, these holy and sacred sites that they built temples and shrines around, were the best spots of fermentation. These were the spots where they could set out their food, most of it unusable, and it would be transformed by the spirits or the gods into something that was nutritious, healing, and sometimes inebriating. Sometimes these holy sites were caves or grottos, someplace where the environment was very suited for fermenting certain foods. Sometimes it was just a hill or a valley or a clearing or a glade, a place where there was a lot of microbial activity that allowed for the fermentation of these foods, and then they would consider these sites holy and eventually build shrines and temples around them. Certainly some of these locations had so much of this microbial activity that the food already naturally ferments there. In other instances, it may have just felt good. What we consider to have like a good energy is usually because there's a lot of positive or beneficial microorganisms. You might understand this sense a little better if you've ever felt its opposite, which is like a haunted location, a graveyard, an abandoned house or asylum, or a battlefield, or a creepy forest. That feeling of unholiness, of unease or haunting is mold in most cases. For either of these holy sites or unholy sites, for the most part it was probably felt through the nose, in which you could get a vague sense of the microbiota of a location through scent, through smell. Finally, after the gods or spirits had fermented their food, they would offer a libation back to the gods and spirits. This ensured that there were always active communities and cultures of microorganisms in their holy site, in that environment. I know I've talked about some of those themes before, but I just wanted to make another quick video just getting to the point on this. But thanks for watching.